Well, hello my little beauties, it's David Connolly here. It is, wow, it's almost 1 a.m. on Sunday. Technically Sunday, but in my mind Saturday. And I wanted to just do a quick hello and check in and say thank you. Thank you for the really positive feedback from the last video. Where I was going, somebody says sounding like a car salesman. It was the video where I was promoting the fabulous new Speed Coding Academy web development bootcamp that I've started, speedcodingacademy.com. And I'm not really going to do a demo of that here. I'm not going to babble on about it too much because the doors close on Thursday. And I will be doing some demos and stuff through the week. But right now, man, it's the weekend. And I just wanted to come and say hello and touch base and all of that. And first of all, thank you again for the positive feedback. I've mentioned Speed Coding Academy in 2 videos on YouTube. And right now, if you add up all of the thumbs downs, it's less than 10. And that tells me that you folks are super positively charged. Would you like to know how many negative comments there have been? None. Not one. And by the way, it's wide open. You can comment and thumbs down and everything. But you know, you never did. What a great crowd. What a positively charged bunch of people. And I really respect that and I'm very grateful. And another thing that I have to give a quick mention to, I have to mention Chicago Phil, you know. He has been a member of the Insider Club, which is going to come back, by the way, but that's a secret. But he has been a member of the Insider Club pretty much since day one. And even though I've never met him in person, we've sent a lot of messages. He always leaves comments and I consider him to be a friend. And it's interesting because when I did the little promo thing whenever it was, 2 days ago I think, he wasn't the first person to buy, he was the second, right? But he was the first person to leave a comment saying, I'm going to get this, and then just follow through, you know. He could have easily approached me privately and said, hey DC, it's me, remember? And he could have gone down that road, but he never did. He just went ahead and paid full price and everything. And I really respect that. But more than that, I think that we all can kind of learn something from that. Because those of you who will remember the Insider Club discussion forum, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, you probably remember that Chicago Phil was moving home a while ago and he posted a few pictures, and I can't even remember if it's where he was going or where he was coming from or whatever, but he was like, yeah, here's the house, you know. And I remember everybody in the forum was like, wow, you know. And it's no accident that the people who do well in life have this positive vibrational energy thing going on, you know. And I really think that we can learn a lot from people like that. So thank you to him especially, and everybody who has joined up. I'm going to be leaving a message for you folks probably tomorrow night, because I have something to tell you folks that you might be interested in. It's actually a very joyful announcement that I have to make, and I think you're going to like it. I'm not selling, by the way, just wait till you see, right? So thank you. But the other thing, I wanted to very quickly address a question that came up in the comments on just the other video. And somebody had said, look, how do we know that you're not going to go off and sell this course for peanuts in a few weeks' time? And somebody else had emailed and says, well, how do we know that this is not going to appear on Udemy in a few months or something like that? Now, I had a look at the numbers for Udemy a few months ago, and you can check it out yourself. There are web development boot camps there, you know, and you can look at, I think it tells you the amount of people who have enrolled or the amount of people who have commented, whatever. But I looked at it and it was in the tens of thousands. And I remember looking at one of those boot camps on Udemy and I was saying, well, hang on, if they're charging like, what is it, $20 or something, and they've got so many thousands and thousands and thousands of people enrolling. I remember going through this and I was saying, holy moly, they are making fortunes. And so, you know, for a while I was thinking to myself, well, actually, I could take the Speed Coding Academy stuff, right? And I could wrap it up and maybe lose the domain name, package it up, chuck it on Udemy for $20 or something. And even if I only get like maybe a third of the sales that the other one gets, or I think there's a few of them, who knows? Maybe I could make like $500,000 or something, right? That would be pretty cool. And so I think that's a good question. Why not chuck it on Udemy? Well, I've given this a lot of thought and I'm going to give you the answer. First of all, I'm never chucking it on Udemy. I'm not chucking it on Udemy next week, next month, next year, or ever. I will never chuck that on Udemy. Secondly, I've had a lot of emails from people, and I'm not going to mention names or anything because I don't want to embarrass anybody, but I've had a lot of emails from people effectively, I can't think of a graceful way to say this, but basically kind of, well, let's just say asking if I would give them some kind of discount or something like that, you know, or do some kind of backroom deal and nobody needs to know, maybe they can pay me up or something, maybe, you know, here we go, would you let me in for less? And I've said to them privately what I'm going to say publicly. My integrity is unshakable and my loyalty has to be with the people who have paid. And, you know, the reason why I've been in business 22 years with no bad reviews or anything, nobody's complaining, is because I've got integrity, you know. So I'm not going to do some backroom shady deal where I let somebody in and, you know, and meanwhile I'm charging everybody else $450. It ain't going to happen, you know. And maybe that makes life unfair, I don't know, but if I lose my integrity, maybe I'll get arthritis in my fingers someday and I won't be able to type, but hey, at least I'll have my integrity, you know. In any event, it's kind of a good question, right? Why not just chuck it on Udemy for like $20? You'll make $500,000 or something. There you go. Here's the vibe. There's two reasons why. The first one is all to do with the integrity of the course. Now, I'm not selling when I say this. Do what you want. It's Saturday night. Nobody views YouTube videos over the weekend, right? But here's the vibe. There are people who are going to enroll for that course next week who have never written a line of code in their lives. And in 2 months' time, those people, some of them at least, are going to be able to build anything, and they are going to be the fastest developers on the planet. This is not a sales pitch. I don't care what you do, it's all cool. But anybody who checked out the last video, and I had the camera on my hands and all of that, you could see this, right? And even if you are the worst salesperson in the universe, with the stuff that we're doing here, you'll be able to go on one of those freelancer sites. And I've never went near them because, quite frankly, I'm not the kind of guy that builds sites for $500, right? But there's no reason why you couldn't go on one of those sites and say, okay, somebody wants an online shop for $1,000, let's do it. Done. Oh, there's another one. Oh, somebody wants a site for 500. Done. And I am pretty confident that the people who get to the end of the high paid developer training, they will be able to make 20 grand a month without blinking, just on the freelancer sites, because they're going to be so fast. Because if you are fast at doing the building, if you can build custom enterprise apps, this is not Mickey Mouse, this is custom stuff. If you can do that quickly, that's going to mean more money in your pocket. Now here's the vibe. Let's assume that I'm right about this, and I think I am right. And let's assume that in 2 or 3 months' time, there's a very small group of people who paid the $450. Let's face it, they all know about Udemy and Lynda and YouTube and go here, go there, go everywhere. You know, do what you want. They all know about that stuff. But instead, they came to Speed Coding Academy and they went ahead. Let's assume I'm right. In 2 or 3 months' time, there's a bunch of them who are out there with this freakish ability. Well, those people are going to be the highest earning developers, I'm going to say it, on the planet. Because why wouldn't you be if you can just go and churn all of these sites together? I'm not one of the highest paying developers on the planet, by the way, because I've been too busy building the stuff, you know. I've only just finished this. But I think they will be. And here's the vibe. If I chuck this on Udemy, and let's say there's 30,000 people who have now been exposed to Speed Coding Academy, well, guess what? Now, everybody has lost their advantage, and the whole thing's a big pointless exercise. Because what's the point in being able to build a site? I mean, I say 10 times. Look, I measured it. I'm able to do a day's work in 2 minutes, okay? It's 1 day's work in 2 minutes. That's what you get. Now, if there are 30,000 developers out there who are all able to do that, then it's just going to be miserable. You're going to have people charging $10 for a website. It's going to drive prices down. The next thing you know, the whole industry's gone under. And I'm not even joking, by the way. I mean, we are dealing with technologies here that could potentially end the industry. I was watching a conference the other day and somebody was talking about the great new method that Symfony uses to do form validation. And I was laughing. I was like, man, all these years later, and they're still talking about that. People who do Speed Coding Academy, you know, they're just going to go, done. And by the way, I have something coming up. I shouldn't say this, but I have something coming up, let me just say. And it's going to make the stuff that you saw in the last video look rubbish. I have something very big coming up next year. It will be a leapfrog technology. But in any event, we can't have like 30,000 people doing that, you know. So that's the vibe. And so this is what I'm talking about with integrity, you know, the integrity of the course. The numbers must be small. And in fact, you can give me a thumbs down for saying this, and I wouldn't blame you if you do. But I have to be responsible with this, because if I was to dish something out there, let's say, everybody's been saying for ages, you know, AI, is AI going to take over web development? Are we going to have AI? Is that going to take over? Oh, what if the whole thing becomes automated? Well, call it arrogant, but whether or not that happens next month is my decision. I'm the guy who decides, because everything that you have seen from me ever is chicken feed. You don't know what I'm working on, and I am working on stuff right now that if it ever got out there, it would be the end of web development as we know it. Give me a thumbs down, please. I don't really care, But the vibe is, as far as Speed Coding Academy goes, the numbers have to be low, because you cannot have an entire planet full of Jedi Knights. That's the vibe, So there it is. Now, of course, there's another reason why I'm not going to chuck it on Udemy ever. And it's really, really selfish and possibly stupid. And certainly it will sound arrogant. But I'll tell you what the other reason is. It's all to do with my favourite topic, me. And it's maybe a bit delusional sounding, but here's the vibe. I was not joking the other day when I said that I am not a web development teacher. I don't want to be a guy who teaches web development. I'm a guy who's out here doing web development. If I do this course, let's say I chuck it on Udemy for, peanuts, but tons of people take it and there's loads of money coming in, and hallelujah. Let's say it's made $500,000. Crack open the champagne, hallelujah. Do you know something? That would be the worst day of my life. That would be the end of my dreams, because immediately I would change from being a web developer to being a tutorial guy who hangs about wondering if he's going to get 3 stars instead of 4, wondering when the next question will come in. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to make videos like those other Udemy instructors, and I'm not knocking them, but we've all seen the videos, right, where they say, hey, if you see somebody asking a question, why don't you answer? And you know what's going on. They just want somebody else to handle it because they're busy, right? And I don't want to be that guy. If I'm going to do a course, I want to be all in. I want to be speaking to every single person who has joined up. I've not said this yet, but I'm planning on doing a little kind of, I don't like the word exam, but like a series of timed tests at the end, where it's like, build this, I want this feature, that feature, that feature, that framework, and I want it to do this, and you've got 3 minutes, go. And I'm actually, it's not 100%, but I'm probably going to be doing this, and if people pass it, I'm going to do a video and I'll mention them by name, and I'll say, this person went through this training. I have checked them out personally. They are cool. Here's their name and everything. They are cool. Thank you very much. And here's a list of everything they learned. Securing APIs, every type of malicious attack you could imagine, defended against, how databases work, JavaScript, PHP, modern CSS, it's all there. They now know all of that, and hello, I have checked them out, I've met them and we have shared screens on Skype. I'd rather be that guy, because if I'm that guy, then I can focus on this like a laser beam for a month or two, and then I can forget about it. I'm off to Honolulu, And if I was to chuck this on Udemy, and let's say I get a gazillion sales and I end up, I don't know how much they make, right? But let's say it happened and, I make $500,000 or some insane number. Like I say, that's the end of my dreams, because I have other things to do. I'm launching a hotel. Here's my schedule for tomorrow, right? This is just one day of my life. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to do 3 videos for Speed Coding Academy. I'm actually going to finish the first module. Then, once I've done that, I'm going to launch a hotel comparison site. Then after that, I'm going to build, design, and launch an online shop. You've actually already seen the design. It's a jewelry one, a few videos back. I'm going to finish that thing, and that's getting launched. I have a lot on my plate, and I love this marketplace. I think I can do just fine doing what I'm doing. Thank you very much, Udemy and all of that, but I'm not into it. And there's a reason why a lot of the tutorials that I start on YouTube don't get finished. It's because I'm really, really busy. And I don't want to be a teacher of web development. I do not want to be that guy. I'm having too much fun actually doing the web development. So that's it. And I know that that may sound, arrogant or cocky or something, but that's just how I feel, And by the way, since I'm being arrogant and cocky, I might as well go the whole hog. Look, why should I line up at the starting blocks having totally half killed myself for 8 months making up all of these systems and the various applications and all of that, the site builder, the Nitro app and all of that? Why should I go through all of that stuff and then line up lynda.com or something alongside some character who is just stringing together ordinary web development tutorials? You can probably get them on YouTube for free, or at least similar ones if you want. And maybe it is arrogant, I don't know. But I'm not entering that arena because I don't accept the proposition that we are doing the same thing as those folks. Do you know what I'm saying? We are not doing the same thing as those folks. So that's the vibe, man. Anyway, thank you so much for listening. By the way, what do you think of the new venue? It's cool, isn't it? Don't you like it? I kind of like it here. I feel good, even though this backdrop makes me look like a ghost. But I kind of like it. It's better than that last place with the brown stripe on the wall. Remember that? Anyway, thank you very much indeed for listening. This has been a waffling video about my favourite topic, me. And I'll catch you later. All right.